Well, this is not any more violence or crackdown. This is a massacre going on, and you see today is new level is going up, and I just received the information that in two location in Rangoon, the military is using RPG to destroy the barricades and to attack the protesters. So the mass killing is still carry on, and massacre is still going on, and no one is safe in Burma. As you see, that even 5 years old children and 7 years old baby are killed on their parents' laps. So that is kind of a ruthlessness going on in Burma.
Well, there have been more than 400 civilian deaths since the start of the coup, and a quarter of those were on Saturday alone. Are there any fears, or are there fears that this is only going to get worse?
Actually, all this is fear become to fury now, because you see no one is safe, and instead of this is just a peaceful protest, and they are cracking down as if we are enemy, as if we are combatant. So this is a crime against humanity, and the problem here now is the reaction from the free world. Reaction from the free world is not going further than sanctions or statements. I think this is the time we need to do the bold step.
So what are you calling on the UN Security Council to do to prevent this situation getting worse?
No, we are not calling to UN Security Council, as we know that UN is toothless and UN Security Council is hopeless because of the China and Russia. We are asking to US, UK, Australia, and all alliance and EU countries to help us to protect these civilians, because we value human lives. We are the free world, and we love freedom, and we need to stand together. This is the time, and the soft power of this country in Burma is now under attack. Now this need to be protected.
So what concrete action needs to be taken by those countries that you mentioned?
I mean, there must be, all the options should be on the table. The first thing is arms embargo immediately need to impose, and also immediately, then need to impose no-fly zone in Burma, because you see that they're using bombardment, using fighter jets to bombard civilian villages, and there are many people has been killed today and yesterday. So this is important step. International community need to protect civilians and those who are protesting peacefully and practicing their democratic rights.
How will a global arms embargo impact the Tatmadaw or the military? And also the no-fly zone that you mentioned, would that be unprecedented?
You see, we cannot keep issuing the statements and condemning, and also relying only on one action. This is a mixed action is required, not only, because only then this will be effective. Now we have a sanction, and we need arms embargo, and we need a no-fly zone. So that will build up huge pressure on these morons and this ruthless regime. And otherwise, you see, we will have the dead bodies piling up, and we don't want another Syria in Burma.
And if indeed such a move is vetoed at the UN Security Council by China and Russia, as you mentioned you would expect, what other options are there for members who support the move?
I think it is a waste of time to go through the UN Security Council, and US and the UK and the alliance, all alliance, like including Australia, need to think pragmatically. What is the best option other than wasting time in UN Security Council? Because you see that never anything cannot pass anything from the UN Security Council from after Russia and China. And one thing China is important to remind China that their interest, their interest is only safe if they are peace with the people of Burma, not with the military.
Well, the defence chiefs of a dozen nations, including Australia, the US and UK, have issued a rare joint statement condemning the military's violent actions. You say that words aren't enough, but do you think it will have some impact on the military junta?
I don't think so, because you see, yesterday the statement has been made, and today they are even stepping up more violence. So every time they are using more violence, this is the time to do some pragmatic action.
What else can other countries, particularly neighbours in ASEAN countries, do to prevent further violence?
Well, ASEAN country is very divided. As you see, that Thailand, Vietnam, Laos, they even joined the parade when there was a killing on the day. When the massacre is happening, they are enjoying the dinner. All this, at the same night. So that's very shameful and disgusting. But the point here is, what I want to raise is, ASEAN is divided, but we have hope on like Malaysia, like Indonesia, those who has always stand up with the people of Burma. But I have not that much, optimistic with the Singapore and Thailand because of their interest in Burma, with the interest with the military and their economic situation. So I am more relying on the Western allies right now, because in this kind of situation, right? This is not just diplomatic solution is going to change the situation right now. The military, if I use the quote the U.S. former ambassador, what he said is, military, they are senseless people. They don't understand diplomatic or diplomacy or talk. They are beyond the sense. They only understand the language of power. So we need to speak language of power this time. Otherwise, you will see thousands will be killed, and they are all young.
Sorry. Are you hopeful that this action can be taken in a timely manner? Because as we can see, the deterioration of the situation is really quite rapid at the moment.
You see, the situation should not be, decision should not see what's happening today only, what's going to happen tomorrow, and what's going to happen next week. Because you see all the situation getting worse and worse, and that stubborn, the military is stubborn and ruthless. They are fascist mentality, so they don't understand the civilized language. So international community need to do some pragmatic approach. The first thing, important thing they need to do is arms embargo, then no-fly zone. And people, there must be, all the options should be on the table, because we cannot allow they start killing people like chickens and butt on the street. And this is what's happening right now.
Kyaw Win, we will continue to keep a close eye on what's happening in Myanmar. Thanks so much for your time and talking to us. We really appreciate it.
Thank you very much.